Paint with Paulina around the world.
Hello! I'm so happy to see you here. Very welcome to my class. Today we're going to draw something magical, something beautiful, something from nature. I'm going to take you to a beautiful Naples Botanical Garden. Welcome to a massive, amazing green world, the Naples Botanical Garden. This place is 170 acres. That's huge! It's not just a beautiful park, it's a superhero-based plants protecting thousands of amazing species from all over the world. Our mission today is to find where the coolest art lessons are hiding. Wow, stop right here. Look at this incredible, super colorful wall. This wall is a piece of secret history. It's an art puzzle called mural, made by famous artist Roberto Burle Marx. It's the only one of these huge murals in the whole country. How cool is that? This place is not only about plants and flowers and cacti. Naples Botanical Garden hosts every year at different cultural festivals and art exhibitions. Now let's walk through this fantastic tiled walkway structure right here in Capnic Brazilian Garden. The pillars and walls were designed by Raymond Jingles, who actually studied under Burle Marx. He designed this area to feel exciting. That's called intentional design. And look up, here is a striking white rainbow root sculpture by Steve Tobin. The next composition of the sculpture is called Oolite Monolith. It's made of oolite limestone, a type of native stone from Florida. These stone giants stand up to 10 feet tall and show us the concept of texture in nature. We are landed at the Serene Type Pavilion. Look how the dark structured wood of this beautiful building sits right among the bright green jungle plants. This blending of a man-made art and wild nature teaches us about finding harmony and balance in all our designs. As we leave the quiet Asian garden, the gentle sounds of small waterfalls and fountains lead us towards a completely different world. Welcome to Cacti Paradise. Look at the incredible sculptural shapes here. A strange starfish flower, the sharp-leaved agave, and a puddle-shaped pricky pear cactus, and the spiky Madagascar palm. These gardens show us how even tough, dry plants can be an amazing piece of design. We are finishing our journey at Enchanted Orchid Garden. This amazing place holds over 400 different types of orchids. Their unbelievable colors and delicate patterns show us that the smallest details make the greatest masterpieces. So I had a quiet walk and I got a lot of inspiration. Let's go to paint. Before we start the creative part, we're going to connect as usual. So let's do our usual tuning in exercise. We're going to close our eyes with our hands and we will activate our hearing sense. And we're going to breathe in very deeply with me, with the nose, and breathe out with the mouth. Now with our eyes closed, we will place our right hand to the chest and left hand to the belly, and we will create a big air balloon inside of our body. And we will breathe out with the mouth slowly. One more time. Can you feel your heartbeat? I can. And my heart is rising so fast because it's so hot outside. But it's okay because I'm enjoying it. Now it's time to stretch our hands as usual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can start. Today we will be using colorful brush markers to capture reflective colors of those beautiful water lilies we saw on the lake. We will be working with a regular pencil and eraser and a bunch of brush markers on your choice. I would recommend look at all your colors and separate them by groups. For this particular drawing, I picked my purple and lilac color palette. Let's start with a very light sketch. We're going to make a curvy line, like a smiley face, and another 3 lines in the middle with the straight lines down. Let's make curvy lines repeating the shape of a leaf. That's going to be our first 3 petals, and then we will make a 1 in the middle. 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and we will keep repeating that pattern until we reach the size of the flower we desire. Make sure that you're drawing with a very thin lines and every tip of the petal is very pointy. Once you finish all the petals you wish to add, it's time to clean with the razor the helping lines that we drew in the beginning. Time for color! Let's grab your darkest shade of the color palette you picked and we're going to trace every single petal. Take your time and trust your hand. Remember, the most important is not the perfection, but the process. Next step is about precision and patience. We're going to take the next color shade from your color palette. In my case, I moved from plum into purple and I filled every single petal. I just left some white spaces for their light reflection. And this part is very important to pay attention how you apply those strokes with the brush marker. Every stroke is visible, so we want to make long lines, curvy, repeating the shape of the leaf from the tip to the middle of the heart of the flower. We want to add here one line next to another without overlaying them, because we don't want to make that color too dark. And if you're lucky enough to use brush markers and not the regular markers, you can take advantage of it and slightly move on the side your brush marker tip so the lines would be wider. Now it's time for the lighter color, and we're going to fill out all these white spaces and we will make our flower looking more realistic or fun or even three-dimensional. Have you noticed I never moved my paper left or right? I moved my hand in different directions. That's why I teach you to do these exercises for our wrists in the beginning of each class, so we can train our hand to work in all possible directions without any problem. Once all my white spaces were covered, I felt like I need some fun. So I took the bright pink and added second layer of few strokes in some petals. Not all of them, just a few. Now let's add some shadow. We're going to grab the same color we used in the beginning for the tracing, and we're going to add just a little bit between the petals, and we want to make it look heavier and more two-dimensional. Don't trace again the whole flower, just add some accents in between each petal. So how do you like the process? I believe we created the first masterpiece with the brush markers inspired in the flowers of the Botanical Garden of Naples, Florida. Don't forget to sign your artwork and show it to everyone. I am so proud of you. Now, after you learn how to draw a single lotus, we're going to create a pond scene composition. We're going to draw the same shape of flowers in the beginning as we did in the first drawing today, but we're going to make them different size, slightly different color. We're also going to learn how to make lotus bud, leaves, and stems. You're very welcome to pause my video, breathe, enjoy the moment, fix anything you need to do before you go to the coloring part. And remember, your drawing is not about making exact copy of mine. Your drawing is to learn and enjoy the process. It is very important to control the pressure of your hand on a pencil. Try to make the lines in the beginning as thin as possible. That will make your process much easier. Now time to learn something new. We're going to create a leaf. You see how I drew this curvy line looking like a wave of the ocean? And then another one very similar but on a curve, like an arch. And make sure the leaves are quite big, because in water lilies, if you notice, the leaves are much bigger than the flower. Once you're happy with the first leaf, you can repeat it in a different size, and you're welcome to add more if you wish. We're going to also draw some stems. Make sure they're curvy, they look like in nature. Nature is never perfect, and that's the beauty about it. Just as we made the first water lily, I started with an outer line in a darker shade of the color palette I picked. In my case, it was a plum or dark purple. After you're done with tracing, grab the brightest color in your color palette, and you're going to fill up the most of the petals, leaving some spaces for the light reflection. Your lighter color, in my case, it was light pink. Once the coloring part is done, you want to give a finished touch with tracing a little bit in the corners to giving this sense of shadow between the petals, just like we did in a big one today. Let's repeat the same process on our buds. We're going to do very simple coloring because there will be only 3 or 4 petals. Don't forget to add some shadow and a little bit of light. Let's move on to the big guy. So this flower I choose to make a little lighter. I shifted towards the lighter shades every step. So my last one was the pink one, just like in the first, but the medium color here was lilac instead of purple. And the purple I used as a tracing line, as an outer line and for shading. And let's pay special attention here to the shape of your strokes. As brush marker is very similar to the real brush when we're painting, we can see every stroke line. we can see that they need to be curved and long from the tip to the bottom or from the bottom to the tip, touching the outer line. And don't go back and forward in the same space. You only need to apply one layer. Now it's time for stems. And here is very important, something very, very important I want to ask you. I want you to trust your trained hand. Your hand has a muscle memory and it's smart, just like you are. Just like you trust your heart, you trust your eyes and ears, you're going to trust your hand right now. And you're going to draw those non-stop lines from the top to the bottom. You're going to do it curvy, you're going to do it freely, and you're going to do it sure. Because it's okay if you go out of the line. It is okay to make something wrong. It's art and it's process. And if you don't like this drawing, you're just going to do it one more. But what you really want here to gain is your self-confidence about drawing lines. Let me tell you about my green leaf. I added 3 shades of green, and we want to create this 3-dimensional kind of rounded shape. So we want to add a darker green inside of the leaf and on the bottom, and very light green to the edge of it. I have this exciting feeling that we just finished another masterpiece. Please sign your artwork, show it to everyone, and be proud of yourself because I am very proud of you. Thank you for being with me today, and see you later. Okay, my little artist, here is a message for you. Thank you so much for joining my first online class. I really hope you enjoyed my trip to Naples Botanical Garden, and I really hope you like the topic I picked for you. So, with all my experience, before I made this and this, I used about 15 pages in trying. And it's okay. It's okay for me and it's okay for you to try over and over if we don't like something. It's not about the result, it's about the process. Once you enjoy the process, you are enjoying yourself, and that's most important. So, thank you so much again, and I really hope that you will join my artful journey around the globe, because I will bring so many ideas and inspirations from different interesting parts of this planet. Thank you. Always yours, Alina.